Alright, y'all. I'm back, but today I'm actually going to be giving you guys a trade recap for the Asia session that I actually just took literally about a couple minutes ago. So we're going to go ahead and get started in this. You guys might not necessarily benefit from this, but I'm still going to make sure that I do it my part and give you guys trade recaps. Down at the bottom, you can see that I am logged into my broker. So this was on the funded, and I'm going to go ahead and log out so I don't show you guys any of my login information on here. But this is my one-to-one trade that I took literally at, what time is it? One-to-one trade I took at literally 15 minutes into Asia session open. And prior to, this was a paper trade, and I'll go over this one as well. But prior to Asia session open at 8, I had went and marked up all of my key levels that I was seeing in the charts, my draws on liquidity here, which this draw, this draw, this draw, or this resistance level, and then this draw on liquidity here as well. So my draws are not really huge draws on liquidity. When I'm taking one-to-one trades, I just need my setup to be A plus, and then I can definitely, depending on how much I want to risk to reward, I'll go ahead and take my trade. So prior to my trade, I went to the 15-minute time frame and I saw that we had this 15-minute bearish fair value gap right here that was continuously being respected by price prior to this open right here. So let me go ahead and mark open though for you. Right here. Prior to open for Asian session, we have this 15-minute fair value gap that was respected, and price respected this on the 5-minute twice previous to Asia session. At open, we see that this 15-minute fair value gap is respected immediately. Price comes up to it, respects it, and then dumps. Also, we have some, what do we have above us? We don't have anything above us on the 5-minute. Really unclear direction here. As we can see, we're kind of like in range bound conditions right now between 32.73 and about like 3104, and we are not moving in any specific direction on the low time frames. And on the 4-hour, we have completely just been very bullish with no retracement on the high time frames besides this 1-hour retracement here. And then we're still kind of in this uptrend, and the lower I get on the time frames, I can see that there is prices failing to really go above, as you can see, our level here, 2045. And so since price has failed to push past this, but we have this sweep here of liquidity, then price has showed me that it potentially would like to maybe do a little bit more retracement. We retraced here, came back up, consolidating. This looks like some sort of 4 o'clock wick, news wick, anything like that. I would probably have to check Forex Factory. No, 2 a.m. GP. Okay. So I don't know if this was a tweet at 4 or something, but this is a pretty interesting wick here. So on a 30-minute, we have no fair value gaps here. This is all consolidation. We go down to the 15-minute. We have like I said, a bearish 15-minute fair value gap that is continuing to be respected. And we are continuing to disrespect bullish right here. So this is a fair value gap here. But as you can see, price disrespected it immediately after. So we're disrespecting bullish. Same thing happened here. Fair value gap was created. We disrespected it with our bullish price action. And then we created these fair value gaps in return that have been consistently respected on the 5-minute time frame. So As I saw this being respected on the 5-minute time frame, I went down to the lower time frames, 3 minutes, saw that there was a 1 minute fair value gap here. So we have a 15-minute fair value gap. Cool. We don't really have any sort of direction, but bearish price action is getting disrespected by bullish dumps. So we have this bearish price action that we might see, but it's getting disrespected by these bullish dumps. Cool. 15-minute respected on the 5-minute, the 3-minute, the 2-minute, and the 1-minute. We create another 1-minute fair value gap. Price respects the 1-minute fair value gap. Cool. After price showed me this candle right here, and this is just reading candles and understanding how to read candles and understanding that this is potentially resting orders right here that we could grab. What I see and why I entered here on this area was price was probably wanting to go towards this wick and sweep this wick right here. As you can see that it did, it swept, and now we're consolidating and we're trying to push back up, right? And on the 15-minute, did we close? We're about to close above this on the 15-minute as well. So my entry here was originally supposed to be up here, but these candlesticks right here, as you can see, these candlesticks, they were moving strong down. They were moving down really strong. And I was not trying to enter on a candle that had a very strong down movement, but also came back up, such as this candle right here. You can see this strong down movement, this strong push, but we closed up here. And I was originally going to enter right here, but I was like, okay, let me wait. We tap into this fair value gap again. We push down, cool. We see price come up, cool. This candle right here, there was no wick showing that price wanted to go any higher at this candle. In this, also looking at the 2-minute, we see price is still wanting to go lower on the 2-minute. We see 3-minute. We see this price wants to potentially get down to here on the 3-minute. And on the 5-minute, we do see that price has been trying its hardest to get to go lower, but it hasn't. So on the 1-minute, I entered on this candle, close. I entered on, not on this candle close, but when this candle was being created, I entered because price kept shooting down on me and I needed to get my entry, and I wanted a 1-to-1 trade, and I really wanted to get my entry to be my draw on liquidity of literally this wick right here. But I went 1-to-1 to mitigate my risk, and this trade was actually for about $223. So it was a 1-to-1, so I risked 223 to make 223, and the setup was there. My entry was a little bit but it was an A+ setup, and I was able to read that, and so I needed to make sure my entry was I need to make sure I got my entry in. But originally, if I would have just came up here and top tick this fair value gap getting tapped into, this would have been my original entry right here and targeted this liquidity, this draw right here. But here's my 1-to-1 trade that I took today on the funded, and just wanted to give you guys a recap of this trade. Now, this trade on paper was a little bit interesting. I didn't have my 15-minute up here marked out, but I did have this, was this a 2-minute? This 2-minute fair value gap marked out here. That price continued to not be able to go lower. Price continued to respect this 2-minute fair value gap. There was a 3-minute fair value gap as well, and this was a 5-minute fair value gap as well. And price continued to respect this fair value gap on the 5-minute, 3-minute, 2-minute, and 1-minute. This was too, in my opinion, good not to take. If I would have realized this 15-minute fair value gap, I probably would have targeted the 15-minute fair value gap, but I only just targeted to sweep these internal highs right here. And it did, and we got up here. We didn't necessarily sweep these internal highs. We swept We didn't really sweep anything. We just came up here and just respected our 15-minute fair value gap up here. What that was drawn out. It wasn't drawn out at first. We respected on the 5-minute, 3-minute, everything. So this right here was like price is continuing to fail to go lower on basically 4 of the lower time frames. And this honestly looked really good after price swept these internal. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. After price swept these internal lows inside of this fair value gap, I immediately knew that this was going to play out. I literally saw this get swept, and if I go in here and go to paper for this right here, I saw this get swept. These lows get swept, internal lows. This got swept, and immediately after this got swept, you see this candle right here. Let me just show you. This candle right here, showing this price does not want to go any lower. Cool. We completely rip up and run through exactly to my risk to reward here. Somewhere in it, micro NQ. But those are my trade recaps. And yeah, so we closed below on the 15-minute here, so I'm probably thinking that shorts are going to play out a little bit more for tonight. Yeah, we're closing below. We're closing. Yeah. Waiting for a fair value gap. Probably this fair value gap, and probably going to go ahead and dump. If we don't dump, it's kind of hard to read because we don't really have a clear direction. We only see this clear direction now that price is bearish now. This is the only clear direction I'm seeing in the low time frames now, is that price has actually broke through these levels, and now we are actually bearish, and price should go lower. So yeah, that's my trade recap. I hope you guys understood, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. And yeah.